If you're just joining us, I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home Design magazine. And now we are talking to Josh Atkinson with Atkinson Pools and Spas. How you doing, Josh?
Doing good today. How about yourself?
Good, good. Josh, tell everybody about Atkinson Pools and Spas.
Well, Atkinson Pools and Spas is a 31-year-old family-owned business here in Mount Pleasant and the greater Charleston area. We do custom pool construction, fiberglass pool construction, and service and maintenance. Gotcha.
So Atkinson Pools and Spas, you folks cover all the different types of swimming pools, right?
Yes, sir.
You said you do gunite or concrete?
Yeah, we do concrete, mostly custom work, and then we also do occasionally do some fiberglass, but we do offer that.
Gotcha. What's the when someone has made up their mind that they want to buy a swimming pool, oftentimes that'll be one of the choices that they make is do they want to go with a concrete pool or a fiberglass pool? What are the advantages or disadvantages?
Well, I think there's a lot of stuff on the internet that kind of comes out and people have, made it up in one direction or the other. But I think it really depends on whether the shape, size, and color of the fiberglass pools fit your needs. And if they don't, we can usually do something in custom for the same pricing.
Mm-hmm. So if you and this is an example of a imaginary pool that I've used in the past. If you were a bluegrass musician and you wanted a banjo-shaped swimming pool, you're probably not going to find a fiberglass pool.
No, you're probably not going to find them. So for more of the free-form, more organic-looking shapes, you're probably going to find those in a custom design build, which is predominantly what we do. Mm-hmm. But if sometimes it fits in the shape, size, and color, then we can do it in fiberglass. But it's not our predominant market, I guess you would say.
And oftentimes the size of the lot or the size of the backyard has a lot to do with whether a fiberglass pool, which come in different standard sizes, whether that's going to fit in your backyard. You might have to go with a custom concrete pool.
Well, for the most part, we're a pretty custom designed boutique build firm. So we start at the very beginning, and we do all of the designing, including what we can do with landscaping and other structures for the outdoor kitchens and things like that, all the way through for a custom build. So yeah, it just depends on what the yard needs, and we take a look at that, and we also want to try to draw out from the client what they're looking for and what they would like, and then try to incorporate all of those in and give them what best fits overall.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the questions you would ask a homeowner as far as trying to determine what it is that they desire for their swimming pool?
Well, I think a lot of times when we walk into a backyard, I can kind of start envisioning that. But I think the next stage would be finding out what they like. One of my most basic questions is, do you like geometric shapes, like 45 and 90 degree angles, or do you like the freeform shape?
Freeform being?
It's the more curvy organic pools, if you will. Kidney shape or whatnot. Yeah. So then, the next step would be, do you want to use this purely for, recreation or leisure, or do you want to be able to do some exercise in it? And then, what other features are you looking for? Do you want a hot tub, or do you want a spa? What type of decking, things like that.
Mm-hmm. So. What sometimes homeowners are looking to do a complete backyard makeover which includes the swimming pool, and how do you help a homeowner or maybe work with a contractor that they already have to help integrate and redo their whole backyard?
Yeah, I mean, we have several people that we work with, but a lot of times we'll be called in because we're usually the largest structure that's going in if they're going to do that. And sometimes we act as what you would call a general contractor for the backyard, but sometimes we work for other people, and sometimes there's a landscape architect involved. It really just depends on the individual client, but we usually just try to meet with them, find out what they want, and then shape it from there, and then bring in the necessary parties or good teammates and get things done for them across the board, landscaping, irrigation, painters, things like that.
If they wanted a pool house.
Pool house or, outdoor kitchen. I mean, we've done them ourselves sometimes, but for the most part, we just try to incorporate those into, a good teamwork process.
Is there any, getting back to that question I asked you about the differences between fiberglass pools and concrete pools, is there any difference in maintenance? Is one higher maintenance than the other?
No, I think, I think there's a lot of stuff out there on the internet that says that, but I think it's the Indian, not the arrow type of thing. I think you're only as good as the product the product's only as good as the person building it. And so I think if you gave us any product, we would be able to build it in the right fashion. I don't think one's easier or harder to maintain overall.
Gotcha. And I guess I'm thinking of like a fiberglass pool has got more of a smoother surface. Is it easier to clean algae off of that versus the concrete, a real rougher surface?
No, I don't think so. I think that they're both the same. It really, at the end of the day, it comes down to circulation and filtration. So those are the number one keys to keeping a pool clean. If those work properly, then both will work well. I think if you don't take care of your pool, it's like garbage in, garbage out. It's gonna go badly just as quickly as a concrete pool. They're all going to turn at the same point.
Right.
So it's about maintenance up front. And if you take care of it and you follow the steps, and if it's built well, then you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because people are being pushed and pulled in so many different directions. They want homeowners want as many low maintenance items in their house as they can get. Can a swimming pool be low maintenance for a homeowner?
I think so, yeah. I mean, what we try to do from a standpoint is that I want to build a pool that I would want to take care of, not a package that's easy to sell. It's got to be, and I always tell people all the time, we're the only people with the last name on the side of the building. And that's a big deal because it's an imprint. And so we want it to be able to be like it's an Atkinson pool as though I was going to have to maintain it. And oftentimes we do maintain most of the pools that we build. What we do is variable speed, so it's very energy efficient. All LED lighting, saltwater and natural mineral pools. So they're lower maintenance as far as expense and time spent, and they're also easier to maintain from a durability standpoint. They can withstand more. We turn water over faster. It cleans and filters better. It's less energy expense from a maintenance standpoint and from an ongoing duration expense. So those are all good starting points. I mean, I don't think you're going to find the perfect green pool that's like a Toyota hybrid or anything like that. But the point is that we do in-floor cleaning systems and self-cleaning pools.
Green being energy efficient, not
algae
green.
Not algae green, right? Yeah, I think so. Those are the steps that we try to take to make sure that the pool is well built. First of all, from a circulation and filtration standpoint. So those things, they transcend throughout the rest of the project if you do those things well up front. And then from an ongoing duration maintenance standpoint, it becomes very easy for a homeowner.
And what happens after the pool is built? Does Atkinson Pools and Spas offer any kind of maintenance program with homeowners?
Yeah, we do we do it on an annual basis, but we do a weekly cleaning program where it's inclusive of chemicals, where we come through and do the full cleaning of your pool. And we probably, we clean a good bit of pools around town. We mostly maintain all of the pools that we build, but we also, take on other people's pools if they need someone to. We've got a large service and maintenance business, repairs. And then we also have a retail store, so you can buy supplies and chemicals and parts and things like that.
Does a homeowner have to become take a course in chemistry to be able to maintain their pool themselves?
No, I always tell people, it's really easy because if you just drive to our store, we'll give you a printout, and then you just got to mix and match the ingredients. It's a little bit like cooking. If you follow the instructions, and it's that easy. If you just do it on a weekly basis and follow the instructions, you'll have no issues.
Bring Atkinson a water sample,
right?
And then you test it, and then Atkinson will tell you exactly what chemicals to add.
Right.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Good deal. What are some of the features that you're seeing people ask for in a swimming pool?
Well, I mean, obviously, naturally, salt water is a big asking point. It's actually, it's something we've been using for well over a decade. But you're starting to see more with LED lighting and, the variable speed. We do all automation. The pool's fully automated, from your phone. You can be anywhere in the world with cell phone service or 3G service and operate your pool at home, which is pretty neat. We do a lot of thermal ledges, tanning ledges, water features, things like that.
Gotcha. And just to clarify, when you say a saltwater pool, the water doesn't taste like the ocean, or
no, it's actually a low level of salt and like in parts per million, but it's not going to taste like seawater. In fact, it's less than it's going to sound kind of gross, but it's less than like sweat or human tears.
Mm-hmm. So the salt comes in where you add salt to the pool, and that naturally creates the chlorine in the pool.
Right.
So it doesn't. You're just adding like a half a bag or a bag of salt to.
Yeah,
to the
well,
pool.
I mean, it's not just adding salt. You still have to balance the pool with other chemicals. It's not a chemical-free pool, but basically, it's salt is you enter it into the pool or introduce it to the pool, and it produces chlorine, which is your sanitizer. You still have to balance the pH and the alkalinity and calcium hardness and things like that.
Sure,
and algicide. So
there's where you have to be a chemistry student. No, you don't. You just go to
you just come to us and hand us the water sample, and we tell you what down to the teaspoon.
There you go.
So,
well, tell everybody how they can get in touch with Atkinson Pools and Spas.
You can call our service department or our retail store at 881-8889. We have a website at atkinsonpools.com, and then you can also follow us on Houzz or Facebook.
Very good. Well, we have been talking with Josh Atkinson with Atkinson Pools and Spas. Thanks so much, Josh.
All right. Thank you.